question, I think specifically for you, although I may need Creepy Jeffrey's help on this. What's up with the bologna? You notice now how every restaurant seems to be advertising some sort of product that features bologna?
Yes.
Is this a yearly thing? Is it kind of like the annual McRib pilgrimage, or is this something that's happening new?
I think it's new because I've lived here all my life. I've never seen the bologna biscuit pimped out the way that particular restaurants are now offering them up. I've never seen them.
Right.
Yeah.
I think just about every restaurant has them. As a matter of fact, we just saw the Bojangles one, and then there's another restaurant that's doing it as
Hardee's
well.
has got one. A bunch of them have it.
And it was fascinating to watch you two discuss the Bologna Wars, as I'm calling them now, because the Bojangles has the thick cut on a biscuit, and apparently the Hardee's has folded bologna
with egg. And I myself like a thick cut of meat whenever I can get it.
I mean, obviously, bologna especially as a breakfast thing, like fried bologna, has been around a long time. But I'd never seen it at a restaurant like mass produced like this.
Right.
You know, mom and pop places that maybe have some fried bologna on the menu. But as far as a fast food joint, so that is it's a recent phenomenon, even for you who've lived in Charlotte your whole life.
Yes, to my knowledge, it's new. Yes.
I'm glad I could be here for for when it first broke ground. I feel kind of special.
Woody's not a fan though, and Wilcox and I are both like,
big
heck
fan.
yeah.
One of the most disgusting smells ever is frying bologna.
How dare you? But see, you got to remember, he doesn't like hot dogs either.
Really?
Because it's the same thing.
What's
it's a
wrong
flat
with
hot
you?
dog. That's what bologna is. It's a flat hot dog. You realize that, right?
You realize what hot dogs are, right?
Yeah, they're good.
The butali, the tail, the hooves,
The
snout.
raccoons talk about it on what was that movie,
Always
The Great
ask
Outdoors?
someone you love before you put anything in your mouth.
Absolutely. That's a great words to live by.
And I'll just be over here with the non-bologna eating group known as Real Americans.
Stop. Real Americans?
Wow.
Real Americans eat hot dogs,
Real
you communists.
Americans
That's too far. I was with you up until that point. Real Americans eat bologna.
They just don't fry it. I'll eat bologna.
What, it has to be raw?
Yeah. I mean,
Why?
it's a
not
kid.
raw. Let's clarify that.
Right.
Bologna
Right.
uncooked is not raw. It's a cooked meat that is then chilled. Those that fry it choose to fry it.
Hang on a second. For everybody who's sending me hate emails for my worthless 30 seconds on Fox News last night, go ahead and enjoy this in the podcast as we discuss bologna and it's either cooked or non-cooked.
First off, I think Wilcox and I are hungry. Secondly, again, when there's a big chunk of meat on TV, I'm going to pay attention.
A chilled chunk of meat.
That's right, a chilled, cooked
It could be a
chunk of
big
meat.
cooked chunk of meat or a chilled chunk of meat. I don't care.
The first thing when Mel sees meat is I got to put that in my mouth.
Absolutely.
I'd like to set aside 9:45 every morning to talk about bologna.
Even
And I think,
flat, round meat?
We might.
Jeffrey, get away from
me. That was Woody's nickname in college. Hey, flat round meat. Come over here.
Huh?
We're going to find out what else we learned today here on the Woody and Wilcox Show and talk a lot less about bologna.
Always reminds me of my first girlfriend from high school when I talk about bologna.
Let's move along.
I don't want to know what that means.
That ruined it for me.
Shut it.